Hi, welcome to season 2, episode 2. Today's guest is going to be DJ Muvee, Jenny Eduardo and Young Mike, and Eduardo Luna. We're going to be talking about blogging, music, and also we're going to talk about movies because two of our guests are filmmakers. Oh, yeah, that's right. You heard me. I got some filmmakers on the show. Enjoy. I'll see you at the end. So today I'd like to welcome, Queen's own DJ Muvee. If you don't know
Queen.
Muvee, look him up. All right, go to one of his wherever he's at, check him out. This is the interview with DJ Muvee, aka I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna throw you out there.
Milton Diaz. That's
Milton
my real
Diaz.
name. My government name is Milton Diaz, but on the streets they call me DJ Muvee.
Movie.
Movie.
So welcome to the show. And I gotta say, I've had music artists, but I've never had an actual DJ
Nice.
as the person to interview. So thank you for being the first DJ on the show.
You're very welcome.
So
Let me. Any
you,
DJ questions you have?
yes.
Okay.
Where have you DJ'd mostly?
All right. Like location wise,
Yes.
mostly Queens.
Okay.
Mostly Queens. I would say like every borough has their DJs. So you got your Brooklyn DJs, your Uptown DJs, your Bronx DJs. I definitely know a Queens DJ. So I'm primarily known in Queens. DJing a lot lately. I'm DJing at different spots. Like tonight, I'm in Bayside at a place called Brian Dempsey's Friday nights. I just got a new gig. I'm at this place called Dive Bar in Long Island City. Very excited about this place, Dive Bar. It's a Latino gastro pub. So it's like a Latino pub kind of thing, and it's really cool. And I just started working there. I'm the brunch DJ. I'm there Saturday for brunch, Sunday for brunch, and I'm also there Wednesday nights for Wet and Wild Wednesdays with DJ Muvee. So you can post that flyer in your little slideshow later. I'll send that over to you. And yeah, I DJ
break it down, please. Wet and Wild.
I DJ mostly in Queens, and I love DJing in Queens because to DJ in Queens means Queens is like the most diverse place on the planet. It's the most diverse urban landscape. We have Arabic people, Spanish people, Black people, Caribbean people, all kinds of races. And as a DJ, you have to know to appeal to everybody. So I have Arabic music in my library. I have Indian music, along of course with Spanish music. And and you can't just say Spanish music. People want to hear dembow. People want to hear reggaeton. They want to hear merengue. They want to hear cumbia, whatever. There's so many. It's not just playing Spanish music. It's knowing all these little subgenres, and on top of that, knowing the latest hip hop, the latest reggaeton, the latest Latin. It's hard. You guys, especially with the young urban audiences, because they'll be like, "Yo, DJ Muvee, you got Little Baby, such and such," and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What do you mean? That it came out a week ago? Like, a week ago? Like, give me time, people. Come on, it just came out a week ago." Like, that's how these kids are. They want it now. They want that latest, and they think, So I just try to. What I do as a DJ, I try to balance the new and the old. So I play the new stuff, all the new hot stuff, but I'll try to really go with the throwbacks, with the classics. And the reason I do that is because you can just put on the radio and listen to the new music, but with the throwbacks, the classics, you don't hear that a lot. So when I throw a certain song on, I'm gonna take you back to junior high. I'm gonna take you back to high school. I'm gonna take you back to your first kiss. I'm gonna take you back to your first date.
Okay, all right. You took me back. Okay, you took me back.
Exactly. Because I played Ja Rule or whatever, or 50 or whatever it is that you would listen to at that time. So I love playing throwbacks. That's why I love doing brunch. Lately I've been doing a lot of brunch, and I love brunches because people just want to vibe out and listen to old school music and chill and have nice conversations. So I'm pretty good for that. But I also know how to get people dancing and stuff. Like I appeal to a wide variety of audiences. Like I do DJ Manhattan sometimes at this place in Park Avenue, which is a very Caucasian audience, which I love as well. I love my Caucasian people, my white fans, because like I get to play rock music. I don't get to play rock music in Queens, you know. So I'll play like, you know, the Killers or Green Day
Yeah, of
or
course.
whatever, and they lose their mind. And I get to play a lot of house music, you know, like when I'm in Queens, I mostly play hip hop and Latin and a little house. But when I'm in the city, I tend to play a lot of house. So I love that. So yeah, I'm very diverse. I'm very versatile, and I like to play all kinds of music. I'm an open format DJ, meaning I play all kinds of music.
That's
So
true.
book me for your private event if you need a DJ that is well versed in all the
Shameless
genres.
plug. Shameless plug.
Plug, you got it. So yeah, that's the DJ breakdown. And I've been DJing since 2003. That's the first time I
Wow.
got. My girlfriend at the time bought a Funkmaster Flex starter kit. Literally said Funkmaster Flex starter kit on it, and it was a cheap little turntable and a cheap little mixer. So from 2003 to around 2006, I DJed in my bedroom. I DJed in, you know, house parties. Shout out to Juan Caceres. I used to DJ at his house parties. He used to work with the film festival. And then um, I stopped. I got married in 2007. And then I stopped DJing. I was, you know, raising my kids. And then you know, I got divorced in 2012, and I had to figure out a way to make money. You know, I was getting divorced, and I was going through a lot financially, and I started DJing, going back to DJing, but DJ professionally. So I'm proud to say this is 2022. That was 2012 when I made that decision. So it's been 10 years as a DJ, getting paid to do what I love. Like, you know, I was DJing before, but actually getting paid to do what I love is something I'm very grateful for. And I've been doing it for 10 years, every weekend, rocking at different lounges, different clubs. So I'm really
So
proud of that.
the music and doing it professionally helped heal you in
It
terms
did. It
of
did. It did. It gave me a
it helped you
purpose.
push forward and
Right, right. Like, you know, I was divorced. You know, my kids are on the spectrum. As you know, my kids have autism, so it was tough. You know, it's tough going at first, but you know, like the kids and my situations would inspire me to follow my dream. Like, you know, besides being a filmmaker, I am a filmmaker. We'll talk about that later. But my two dreams were always being a filmmaker and a DJ. And I am a filmmaker. I've made some short films, but as a DJ, in my mind, I made it. I made it. You know, like whatever comes after this is a bonus. But the fact that I'm getting paid every week, you know, pretty well to DJ is good enough for me. Some DJs don't have that luck. Some DJs don't get booked for whatever reason. So
yes,
I'm,
true.
you know, I'm very grateful to get booked. And you know, I also, you know, also get also my name is DJ Movie because I make movies, right? So
No, of course.
yeah.
I gotta ask a question in terms of the DJ. Um, do you ever feel like a moment that there's like a lag or like a moment that it's a little taxing after a while? That sometimes you might need just like even if it's 30 minutes, an
Yeah, of
hour
course.
or something.
Yeah, a lot of DJs I know do like little 2 hour sets. Like you go to a club, there'll be like four DJs, right?
Yeah.
And each DJ does 2 hours because it's a lot sometimes. Me personally, I'm a grinder. Like I grind it out. Every set I do, there's no other DJ. It's just me. So every DJ set I do is either 4 to 6 hours straight of DJing. And when we're talking 6 hours straight of DJing, it could be taxing. It could be tough, especially if it's not popping that night. That's when it's bad. It's never when it's full, when it's a good crowd, it's not I don't mind at all DJing because you have
Okay.
the energy and you're feeding
Yeah,
off the energy
absolutely right.
and you're having a great time. But when there's nobody there and there's four people there and the owner is looking at you like, hey, I thought you were DJ Movie. I thought you were gonna bring, you know, X amount of people. You don't, it could be stressful, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
It could be
yeah.
like a little lonely, you know, but you know, and sometimes it's lonely. Sometimes you're in a booth and like everybody's having a good time. You just kind of like going through your
I've
own little
seen
thing.
pictures, Milton.
Yeah.
I've seen them. You get, I've seen that. But you
Yeah.
know what? Even so it's DJ Movie, so obviously you make movies. So how many films have you done thus far?
All right. I started making short films way back in 2006. I made a short film called Poppy. Poppy got into this is my first movie. I remember I put $10,000 of my own money. I remember at the time I was ready to move out of my parents' house. Like that was supposed to go towards my rent and everything. And I instead of moving out, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a movie. You know, I'm gonna make a short film because
Right.
I was really like, you know, I haven't done anything. Like I haven't, and I was a part of this film. I had at that time I had been working at the New York Latino Film Festival like 5 years, 6 years, and that's why I met you. I think I met you like around 2004.
Yeah.
One of those, during that time I met you.
Yeah.
So I met a lot of good people at the festival, and I saw a lot of great movies, which inspired me and said, "Hey, it's time. I want to make a film." So I took 10 G's of my savings, made a short film, shot on HD 1080i, which was at the time groundbreaking. Like to shoot on HD was like, but then each tape was like $50. I remember back then. Now HD is widely available. It's not that bad, but back then it was a big deal. So I shot in HD, worked my ass off, and then I got into New York Latino Film Festival. Very proud of that. I got into Urban World. Very proud of that. And also got into the New Hope Film Festival in Connecticut. So, I got to 3, good festivals, pretty good with that. And then after that, I got married, 2007. Again, like 2007, I got married. I stopped DJing. I stopped making movies, And,
you disappeared. I was like, damn, what happened to Wilson? Lo secuestraron. Dios te libre.
Yeah. I was like, I was married to, it was a tough situation. I had kids. My wife needed me. But I think around 2009, 10, I made another movie with my friends. We put on YouTube. It was a very cheesy, campy horror movie called Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not proud of it as much as the other films, but but I'm mentioning it. Okay. Yeah, well, it's on YouTube if you want to see it. It's called Mr. Nice Guy, horror short film, and it was like something that me and my boy wrote the story. I thought it was cool. I wrote the script and we shot it, and it was hard. It was about like demons, and we bought like these like Santeria statues, and all this shit, all this stuff, all this bad stuff started happening. Like the tape got messed up, the camera broke, like it was crazy. But we got through it and made it.
It was a sign. It was a sign.
It was a sign, and then so it wasn't a great horror movie, but it was all right, And then after that, I took another break, and then in 2012, I said it was another big year. I was going through my separation, my divorce. And I said, I need to make a movie. This is the time. I was in a dark place, so I made another horror movie. That movie came out amazing. And now it got into one festival in LA called the Action Film Festival, but it's really good. It's called Shadowmen. Shadowmen, available on YouTube.
Clear. Really? You tripped the fucking alarm. You get my friend Larry killed, and you're gonna blaze up? Hold on, let me chill. Just chill for a minute. We robbed a federal building. We just need to figure out what's next. Fuck that! What the fuck was that? Well, you were getting that. I saw some shit that freaked me out. I'm done with this bitch.
YouTube as well, horror short film, freaking dope. I wrote it with my guys that I work with on Poppy. So all the same group of Poppy helped me with this movie, and it was great. Came out great. So that came out 2012, and then I just started working after that on Evergreen, which is my latest and greatest flick, and that's my number 4, the 4th short film I worked on, and that recently also premiered at the New York Latino Film Festival this past year. It was virtually screened, and it was well received. I was very happy with the people, with the way people reacted to it. Evergreen is a movie that I shot way back in 2007. Again, I keep referring to 2007, 2012. Those are 2 big years in my life. Like, so 2012 when I started DJing, 2007 was when
there's a 5-year gap just in case.
Yeah, exactly. The genius filmmakers take vacation. They take gaps. Like Stanley Kubrick takes years before he made a movie again.
Imagine that. He did what, Space Odyssey 2001.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. It was like that was like years apart or something. But anyway, so I started. I said I need to work at Evergreen. I had 20 hours, like 40 hours of footage that I shot in 2007. That I wanted to make a feature film that didn't happen because for that you need like a professional editor. So what I did was I edited it to 20 minutes. Me and my friend Court Dunn, and we edited down to 20 minutes, and we got it into the festival, and it got in, and I'm really happy with it. And Evergreen is about 2007. I worked at a video store called Evergreen Video in Greenwich Village. I worked there from 2003 to 2007. In 2007, when I found out that the store was closing, I bought a camera with the money I had and a little HD camera. So like a year later, they already had HD cameras, like little HD, like
that were like those.
With little tapes and stuff. So I started taping the footage and getting like, the reaction to the store is closing. So the whole movie is about the store closing and the effect it has on the customers and the clerks and primarily the owner, right? Who was a very eccentric but very nice guy named Steve Phelps. So the movie's more about him and how he was not much about it wasn't much about making money, selling videos, renting videos. It was more about just sharing his love of movies with people. And he kind of infused that love into the clerks like myself. So you see me in the movie, recommending movies, talking movies. And another bonus part, you never know. Like I'm taping this stuff and I'm videotaping one of the clerks. Her name is Nora. Nora, she's from Queens like me, and she's like one of my favorite clerks to work with. And I'm taping her, and she's really funny. She's talking about the store. And now Nora is a movie star. Her name is Aquafina.
Holy crap.
So I think that's a big, it'd be hard not to mention that Aquafina, 19-year-old Aquafina is in this movie, Evergreen. And she's really funny in it. And I think it just also showcases the old New York, the characters, the neighborhood people in New York City, the real New Yorkers. And it's about gentrification a little bit, but it's more about us kind of losing that interpersonal touch, interpersonal communication that we used to have, like when we used to go rent a video.
So it's very similar to the CBGB documentary, Burning Down the House, that CBGB's was such an iconic place. And then they decided, after many years to shut it down. Right. And that's where the documentary comes into place. So for me, I think Evergreen sounds like a snapshot in like America.
Exactly.
Of the transitioning time between, video and then, the streaming and all this other stuff. And
we closed Netflix. We closed. Netflix wasn't even big back then. Netflix was still mailing you DVDs.
Exactly.
But even that was enough.
Yes, for the kids in the back. Yeah. Yes, Netflix used to mail DVDs. Those little shiny circle things that sometimes your computer might have a slot for. That's what that is. Sorry to sound mean.
No. Yeah. And the funny part, I used to work after Evergreen, I worked at Blockbuster for 2008, 2009. So I got to see the whole video. I got to have the whole video store clerk experience. And I learned that Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix. And then Blockbuster laughed in their face. And look who's laughing now.
Yeah, there's still like this remote Blockbuster in like Oregon somewhere.
Portland or something. Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Right.
But what's this thing called? You broke down movies and music. Now, what's one thing that you wouldn't do?
What do you mean wouldn't do?
Like in terms of, you got music and movies. Is there like another source of media that you would kind of like not tackle on?
Interesting. I don't know. For me, it's all about music and movies. Like I'm trying to think what other sources of media I would not be interested. Honestly, my whole thing is entertainment. So if I could sing, I would sing. If I could dance, I would dance. So it's hard for me to say, like, I'm all about making people happy. Like, for example, in high school, like I remember I was freshman year, and then Grease, the show Grease, that they were doing a high school play, Grease, and I really wanted to try out, but I was scared because I was afraid people would make fun of me, right? And looking back upon it now, I wish I would have done it, because not that I'm a great singer, but whatever, I should have at least tried. So I don't know. As far as media, man, I wouldn't want to be like a producer, because a producer has to worry a lot about business, money and all these little things. I'd rather just be a director and a writer, honestly, just to focus on the vision and focus on the written word, and then, and let the producer worry about everything else, And that's basically a producer's job. It's like solve all the little problems for the director, Like anything that goes wrong, he's there to fix. So the director could focus on the vision and the movie. So yeah.
Yeah, producers got it hard. No one ever seems to kind of recognize that.
No, they got it real hard.
Constant grind.
Exactly. The classic. Yeah.
Like that. So if you had to leave like a little message, for anybody watching or in the future generations, aside from the shameless plug for your services, sir.
Yeah.
And also check out the movies on YouTube, as the man said.
Yeah,
Minus
Evergreen will be on YouTube maybe a year from now. We're gonna do a festival run with Evergreen, see how far it goes. That'll be on YouTube eventually. But right now, you can check out Mr. Nice Guy on YouTube. You can find it on the Mr. Nice Guy horror short or sexy horror short. You can find it on either one. And then you also could find Shadow Man on YouTube as well.
Not the sexy horror short, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why they put on this. My friend maybe put the tag in so we get more hits, but it's not really sexy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I could imagine not something called Mr. Nice Guy. I would have been like.
Anyway, so but besides that, what's my message to everybody?
Yeah,
that's what I want to leave the people with.
Yeah,
what I want to leave the people with on this Friday, and that's why I'm wearing my Friday shirt. You heard?
Oh yes, with the sucker and Ice Cube.
And I'm happy today, and I'm happy to share and say, look, it's never too late to pursue your dreams or to achieve your dreams. This is what I'm saying. I have good head of hair, thank God, and I look a little younger than I am, but I am 46 in May. I'll be 46-year-old in May, and I'm still out here trying to make movies. I'm still here hustling, trying to get gigs, trying to get into venues. It's never too late. Like, I mean, unless you maybe like trying to be a baseball player at 46 or a basketball player, maybe it's too late. But if you want to rap, if you want to DJ, if you want to make movies, if you want to act, if you want to write a novel, do it. Do it, because you don't know, no one can tell you that it's not good. Only you can tell yourself that it's not good.
You're your own biggest critic.
Right. If you have a story, or if you have a song to write or a story to tell, write it, sing it, or, build it, whatever it is, do it, because if it's something that you just cannot get out, because there's a movie that I'm working on now called Friend Zone the movie. And I want it to be my feature film debut, right? And a lot of people tell me it's a movie about dating from the male perspective. And then I had this producer tell me, no one wants to see a movie about guys chasing girls nowadays. Come on, Milton. Look at the times that we live in. And I'm like, and I kind of refused to believe that, because I was like, you know what? So I went back and I wrote the script and I tried to make this romantic comedy about friend zone, because I think it's a subject that a lot of people can relate to, men and women, about, and it's an underdog tale about a man trying to get a woman to see him like a man and not like her gay boyfriend, which is really how she sees him. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, but when you like a girl,
listen, the person who told you that,
yeah,
I can understand where they're coming from. But look at the movie What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson. That's just the female version of What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
Right.
And I saw it.
Yeah.
So it's just that person does not want to struggle to try to shop it around.
Right, exactly. I think
that's
this is
not
more
like somebody who doesn't want to work.
This is a personal tale for me about dating after divorce, and how hard could it be, especially for someone in their late 30s who grew up dating in a different era, before Match.com, before Tinder, before these. Dating has changed. I mean, I'm single. I'm single right now. Because dating is really
ready to mingle.
Yeah, dating is really hard in this day and age. So when my movie focuses on that, and how hard it could be to be with someone and click with that person. But I don't know. This kid is fighting for this girl at his job, and his boys are trying to help him. And I'm really proud of it. I think the script has come a long way since I first wrote it, and I plan on making it on my own eventually this year. God willing, I start this year shooting that movie. Yeah, because it's my movie, and I want to tell that story, and I think people relate. And if they don't, they don't. If I fail, I fail. I will learn from this and move on. I have the next movie already that I want to make. So but that's what I'm saying. You got to just try and make a movie. Try and be a DJ. the worst you can do is fail. So what? You learn from it, you move on, or you learn with your mistakes and fix them and move on. But just saying, just it's never too late to fulfill your dreams. That's all I gotta say.
And with that, I like to say thank you for being on the show and thank
You're
you for the
welcome.
inspirational message.
Thank you for inviting me. I love to
Course,
talk.
no. I was like, oh my gosh, because the first season of the show, I had to like scramble and get
Struggle.
people.
Right.
And then there was a lot of people that I'm like, oh man, why didn't I interview this person? Why didn't I interview this person? And you were on the list. So I was like, dang, I got to interview.
I'm honored. I'm honored. You've had some good people on this show. Yeah, Victor, my boy Victor Cruz on the show.
Yeah.
My boy Rick Wynn on the show. So cool people.
Yeah. So thank you so much and have a great night then.
Oh, wait. And before, hit me up on DJ Muvee, DJ MUVEE. Hit me up on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram so you know where I'm spending. Come through, show love. Thanks a lot, DC. Appreciate that time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ.
Let's go.
That's my DJ.
Can you be my ride or die? Can you look me eye to eye? I know you've been hurt in the past, but I'm not them type of guys. I've done wrong, I'm trying to make it right. So why don't you come stay tonight? So that I can change your life, and I ain't trying to say it twice. Can you be my ride or die? Can you look me eye to eye? I know you've been hurt in the past, but I'm not them type of guys. I've done wrong, I'm trying to make it right. So why don't you come stay tonight? So that I can change your life, and I ain't trying to say it twice. Yeah. Would you ride for a nigga like me? Would you die for a nigga like me? Would you lie for a nigga like me? Or would you switch sides on a nigga like me? I don't know what they told you, but I'm trying to hold you. Girl, let me just show you that we can both go close. I see you lonely. Where your friends at? That nigga flimsy. You need to dead that. Don't stress that. Take a step back. You try and work it out, you gon' regret that. You gon' be mine one day, I could bet that, yeah. And you could tell them that I said that.
It's been a few years. I started GHM, I'll say like when I was a teenager, but I didn't have that support system. So here I am, still chasing my dream.
So it officially started.
I'll say like
September of 2020.
Yeah,
was
I'll
when
say
we,
like the
you know,
last 2
officially-
years, it's been like we've been on board. We've really
Yeah.
been like got our foot on the gas. So
Yeah.
about 2 years.
Well, 2 years is, hey, listen, you can have a child in 2 years.
Right.
You could have had a pandemic baby in 2 years. You never know. In terms of the music aspect of it, like what kind of music? Because there could be R&B, there could be hip hop, there could be reggaeton. Like,
Right.
what's your music concentration?
So I make a little bit of everything. I'm not really like stuck on like, oh, I'm gonna just do drill music and only drill, or I'm gonna do just R&B and R&B. Like, I just released a song actually. It's called Ride or Die. It was like real lovey-dovey for the month of February, and
You're the second person that I've met that has done that for some reason.
Really? Okay.
Which is good,
Ride or
though.
Die is out now. It's streaming on all platforms. Go do your couple challenge on TikTok, on the Reels, all of that good stuff. But I'm just everywhere. Drill, hip hop, hardcore music. You know, I don't have I can't say, oh, I just do this type of music. Like
like it's not locked into one genre. It's very versatile.
Because I get a lot of beats, and depending on the instrumental, you know, that's what us artists get the energy and the ideas from the instrumental, the beat itself. So
So
a little bit of every, un poquito de todo, dembow, un poquito de todo.
All right. So you've got the streaming and the platforms. Have you done a few videos so far?
I have. I believe there's how many videos we have on
We've
YouTube?
got like 5 videos.
Like
on
5,
YouTube.
like 5 or 6 videos.
We've done about 5 or 6
Yeah,
videos.
they're all music videos. I want to work on like this interview. I'll definitely be posting on my YouTube channel just to get people to learn about me and how GHM started, and they could also tune in and tap in with Jenny's blog as well.
Of course. So you've got the merch. When did the merch come in? Like in terms of you dominating music, and then you're like, you know what, I should like extend it more, or was that always like since the jump is like, if I do music, I'm gonna have some merch?
I'll be honest, right? Like I think we did it at the same time.
It was kind of the same time.
I don't know,
but I feel like it kind of helped us solidify, like we're doing this and we're pushing this and we're like really serious about it. I feel like once the merch came in, it was more like this is it, like
more of a
we're putting this on and
what we're about to do, and
it's on, and it's on like Donkey Kong.
Right. Sorry, she got a few corny jokes on her own over here, so you're good.
Okay, listen, it's a dynamic. It works. It's music, blogging. It's a lot of stuff.
Right.
So let's talk about a little bit about how you started your blog. I liked your launch, by the way, Jenny. I was like, damn, girl got the 360 camera, and he was on the picture too. Like, look at my baby.
Yes, honestly, it was amazing. My launch was because of him. It's like I said, it was because of him. I would have never decided to throw a party and actually launch using a party if it wasn't for him, because he's always pushing me to do stuff that I'm not comfortable doing. So he definitely, pushes me out of my comfort zone. And it made it real for me too. So I've been talking about blogging. I've been thinking about blogging, and now I'm actually doing it. Now I'm actually waking up every day thinking about, okay, for the blog, what am I doing today? And it's really exciting for me because it's sharing what I've always wanted to share, which is how I do what I do. Right. And it's very simple.
Well, that's really good. And sometimes simple is best, especially at the beginning, because if you overload yourself, you won't make it out alive. You won't. You're just gonna be like,
yeah, exactly. I'd be on her little bump.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
even for this interview, I was like, oh my God, it has to be this day. Oh my God, let me think what day. And you just made it so simple. You were like, Wednesday works. I was like, oh, thank God.
Perfect. Yeah.
I was like stressing, but honestly, the more that I do this and like get in front of other people who are, sharing on social media and doing their own thing, I find it the easier it gets. So thank you again. I appreciate you.
Oh, no, of course. In terms for Good Hood Music, are you guys planning a collaborative event anytime soon? Aside from the launch, are you guys gonna do
yes.
Are you ever gonna do a concert? That's a freaking good question. Are you ever gonna do a concert?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind. I would love to do that. Honestly, I've been performing. I'm actually performing this Sunday actually in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. So as far as the concert, I feel like, you say the word concert and we're already thinking like big, huge stadium. I'm thinking production.
A lot of people.
Honestly, I think that a concert is in the works for this summer or this fall. Just as far as like not our own concert, but definitely you performing at a concert. Like that's gonna happen. We're gonna figure that out for this summer.
Yeah, one of my goals is to perform at Rolling Loud.
Absolutely. So I think that
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Exactly. Put it out in the universe. As far as a collaborative event, I feel like the next thing for me is socials, like mixers. Because this way I get to interact with people who not only are fans of the music, but are friends and acquaintances, and kind of bring them into our world. Like, this is what we're doing here. And this is what, we want to help you kind of see, like, it's possible. We want to be an inspiration for everyone around us. So it's important that we show them how we do it so that they know it's not impossible.
That's true. So, okay, I know you guys are multifaceted. What's the day job? Because I got a day job too. Don't feel bad.
The day job. So
well, I'm working. Yeah, I'll start. I work as a concierge. I have 2 concierge jobs, and that's what I'm doing right now. I have 2 jobs. I'm working both of them. I'm working as a concierge, but at the same time, you know, me and Jenny, we're working on GHM, her blog, the merch, trying to figure out how to get, you know, all these incomes and stuff like that. So.
Myself, before I met Steven, so this is kind of like, I guess, the spice to the interview. Before I met Steven, I was working full time.
Yeah, you're gonna say my name. You don't want to say Mike.
Young Mike. Sorry.
So edit that. You're gonna have people. Hey, Steven. Hey, that's Stevie.
So before I met Young Mike,
or you could just say Mike.
You keep on repeating your own name. It's gonna make it harder. Okay, Young Mike. We're gonna stick to Young Mike. That's what I'm saying.
Young Mike.
YM.
Before I met Young Mike, I was running the operations, the day-to-day operations of the family business. My family actually owns a bakery in the Bronx. Il Forno Bakery. Shout out to Il Forno.
Yes, sir.
And at that time, I was working full-time. COVID hit. I stopped working. Everything was crazy. And now I've come back just as a consulting, like more on a, I could say like administrative consulting role. So sales, marketing, and that's also something that I'm gonna bring into the blog. It's like being Latina and first generation to go to college, first generation for a few things. It was a lot of pressure, you know, like you were singing the We Don't Talk About Bruno. Talk about a movie that, you know, speaks to my heart. It was a lot of pressure from my family. So I was like, please, Ma, I gotta go. Like, I needed to take a break. So when COVID hit, that's what I did. I took a break, and being with Steven was like, or Young Mike. Young Mike helped me to kind of think about, what do you want to do? What are you passionate about aside from just work? What would it be if it's not work? And I never really gave myself that time of day to even think about it.
I'm sorry.
And because of the pandemic, it's okay.
Sorry.
Because of the pandemic and because I met, you know, Young Mike, I started to think about, what do I want to do? Yeah, so like I was saying, the blog itself started off, and it was, you know, I wasn't sure. I was a little bit hesitant, and it was Young Mike who, you know, gave me that battery in my back. It's like, let's just launch, let's just push, let's just go. It's your birthday month, like, let's make it about you. Let's, you know, and that's what you saw. You know, that party was literally my birthday, my launch. It was, you know, my family, my friends. It was everything that I wanted it to be. Since then, it's literally been like confirmation after confirmation, like keep going. Just like, I'm part of a mastermind. There's a group of women that I connect with once a week, and what we do is kind of like, I would say like a rally. You know, it's almost like a rally. Like we talk and we help each other through certain things, and this mastermind is what has opened my eyes to, you know, now that I'm doing the blog, now that I'm actually putting myself out there, I'm realizing the blog is, you know, just the beginning. The blog is just the foundation. There's so much more I want to do. And it starts with literally just, you know, one step at a time. I started the blog, the brand. I'm moving on into events. So events and coaching. So I want to offer one-on-one coaching. I want to offer group coaching. And, you know, little FYI about me, I was a Beachbody coach years ago, and I lost 65 pounds naturally, you know, just working out and eating right. And that was the best time of my life. That transformation was like it for me. So once I started blogging again, and I started talking to women like me who were already my followers and kind of like synced in with me, it started to click. It's like, you've been running away from coaching, but coaching is what you do. Coaching is what you're good at. Coaching is where it's at for you. So why are you running? You know? And so now I'm really excited, because now I'm like, I'm done hiding and I'm done pretending. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go full throttle. Now I've got a different kind of, I would say, energy, because working at, the family business, I love it and it's a blessing, but it was very, very stressful, and it was just not for me. It was a lot on my plate. And now that I was able to take a step back, kind of look at, the look at it for what it is. Now I can come back and say, you know what, I can come back and do this, but I can't do X, Y, and Z. And honoring that, like honoring the fact that I don't want to be busy all day, every day. I don't want to be running all day, every day. I don't want to be that person. I want to be able to rest. I want to be able to spend time with my daughter. I want to be able to spend time with my family. I want to kick back. And that's okay. And I feel like for so long, we've been just conditioned, like, go, 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 hustle, 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 more, more, and more. There's so much more I want to do, but I want to do it at my pace. And I want to do it how I say.
And that's tough too, to like kind of carve that out in order to achieve that.
Exactly. It's very hard. But I believe that, one day at a time. One day at a time.
Absolutely. There's nothing, listen, really quick for me, when I started this is because I had went to college for film and video production. And I got my degree at BMCC, go Panthers.
Yeah.
And then I went to City College, go Beavers. So after I did that, and then I worked at the film festival circuit for a while, and I volunteered. I just started meeting all these interesting people. And I was like, wait a minute, this person's doing positive and good things for themselves. They're elevating themselves, they're uplifting it through their own way of doing it for the community. Why are they not on TV? ¿Por qué no? Why not them?
Oh, right. That's
like, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I want to start a TV show. I know, I'm not the best looking person out there, but
you are beautiful.
Give me an A for effort, because I'm putting myself out there and stuff like that. And this is why I did the show. And I'm happy that I'm in season 2 now, and that I've managed to, like you, take the time, plan, strategize, and go for it.
Absolutely. And I'll be totally honest with you. And it's posted because I'm super transparent. That's one thing about me. Like, even when I was coaching, so what my coaching was like is like, let's say you come to me and you say, Jenny, I have a goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. I say, okay, I have a product for you. I have a plan for you. And I have your ass for the next 60 days or whatever it is. Or you have your tushy. So
for me, I'm like, I'm going to be wearing spandex.
For me,
running for my life.
For me, I didn't grow up being like into sports. I didn't grow up dancing. I didn't grow up being athletic or active in any way at all. So when I started working out at that time, it was hell. Like, it was horrible. I was 75 pounds heavier than I am now. And I had just had a baby. So it really took everything in me to transform myself, because I was just in such a low place self-esteem wise that I was like, I can't live here. This is not me. I felt like I wasn't even myself anymore. So when I went through that, it changed everything for me. Now I was confident. Now I was, more outgoing. And then I learned some basics. It's right there, baby. I learned some basics as far as nutrition and just maintaining your body and the discipline of every day do something that's gonna push your goal forward, not set you back. And now, you know, I went through the pandemic and everybody kind of either gained weight or lost weight. And it was funny because in the beginning, I'm like, I'm gonna be so great. I'm gonna just get back on my workout schedule. That did not happen at all. I had to rest. I had to actually rest. I didn't do a thing for months. So taking that and reintroducing the coaching aspect of myself. I'm coaching myself here. And by coaching myself, I know that I can coach other women like me. So other women who are like me, they're, it's over there where the sweater was. The other women who are like me, they're able to see themselves in me. So they're able to see, well, if Jenny did it, why can't I? So that's where it's at for me.
Yeah. So after the blog and you're doing the coaching, you're going to incorporate at least a couple of blogs to that. You're going to add it like in the third or fourth.
So as far as my blog, I believe I'm going to continue it, and it's going to be like inspiration and coaching as well as some how-tos, because I'm very crafty and I'm very, you know, I love to do things at home. So my blog is going to be a little bit of everything. What I don't want to do is like limit myself to what my blog is going to be. And so I rather for it to just be, I rather for it to be everything that I am about, because that would make it genuinely me.
Wow, qué dichoso me siento encontrarme con una mujer tan bella esta noche.
Tenía que ser un gordo.
Tenía que ser un gallo.
Bueno, Virgencita, ya que no tengo suerte con las mujeres, denme suerte a ver si busco lo de la renta.
Yo no sé cuándo tú vas a dejar el maldito taxi y te vas a dedicar a buscar una mujer.
Yo no ando buscando una mujer para pasar el rato. Yo ando buscando una mujer que sea mi esposa, que sea mi mujer. ¿No entiendes?
¿Te digo dónde está esa mujer?
Ah.
Te digo, en tu sueño.
Coño, ni la discoteca, ni nada de la vaina. Uno, coño, viniendo. ¡Dios mío, está loca! ¡Wow! ¡Aquí llaman una ambulancia! ¡Alguien llama a 911!
Taxista del diablo, casi me choca.
Sí, pero yo no quiero cualquier mujer, yo quiero esa mujer. Yo daría lo que sea por tener un romance, mira, así de chiquito con ella.
Yo busco un hombre que sea educado, culto, que sea aparente, de buen porte, que sea un caballero, que tenga detalles conmigo.
Yo te puedo ayudar a cambiar en ser ese hombre que ella tanto quiere. Traje este amigo mío para ver si tú me ayudas a hacerle un cambio de imagen que tanto él necesita.
A este vas a tener que llevarlo a un hospital o a una fábrica para que lo construyan porque está vencido.
No lo puedo creer.
Estamos lindos.
Pero ni yo mismo me reconozco. No me trate de usted, yo me llamo Manuel Salazar. Un placer.
Mucho gusto.
¿Te invito a un café?
Por favor, enamórate de mí, que no ves que estoy sufriendo.
A esa pibe que llevarlo al gustólogo porque tiene el gusto muy enfermo. Guácala.
No te hagas tanto daño, déjame hacerte feliz. Por favor.
All right, so, okay, tú tuviste éxito primero con Tribeca. Entonces, ¿cuántos proyectos han llegado, aunque sé que tú puedes decir, concho, estoy ahí, ese soy yo?
Bueno, aparte de eso, de Tribeca, también he trabajado en otros proyectos, los cuales la han distribuido empresas como HBO y otras empresas de streaming. Por ejemplo, el proyecto Trabajo, que lo cual lo hice con el cineasta Nelson Peña, ahora llamada Case Peña, que inclusive ahí está Laura Gómez, que es de la serie de Orange de New Black, y también Mateo Gómez. Y ese proyecto se distribuyó a HBO, lo vieron más de 30 millones de personas, duró más de 6 meses, tanto en HBO Latino, HBO normal y también en HBO Go. Y eso ha sido uno de los proyectos también que ha puesto el nombre mío a girar todos los saltos por todos los países.
Dime, ¿cómo se llama de nuevo?
Trabajo, así, trabajo.
Work, ok.
Trabajo,
Yo lo voy a buscar
sí,
en HBO Max para ver si lo tienen.
Sí. Creo que lo deben tener todavía, pero eso fue en el 2016 también, 2016. No, perdón, 2018, sí, 2018 fue que la distribución. Y
no,
duró,
yo debo tenerlo.
Yo lo debo tener por ahí, sí. Si no, yo te mando el link.
HBO Max algunas veces, hay, por ejemplo, yo entrevisté a otra persona que se llama Elaine del Valle, y esa es la película Princess Cut, yo creo que fue en 2018-19, y la pusieron a ella, y si tú vas para HBO, porque tengo cable, tú puedes mirarla y encontrar la película. Yo creo que la vi.
Bien, sí. No, tú tuviste que ver ese proyecto, porque eso lo promocionaron y lo ponían a cada rato, ¿entiendes? ¿Sabes? Eso fue un short film, un corto.
Ok. Sí,
porque sabes que ahí estaba Laura también, estaba Mateo, y era una historia, entiendes, así, de unos niños que eran así sordomudos, entonces ellos tuvieron que trabajar para ayudar a la mamá, y eso impactó, ¿entiendes? Inclusive también ahora le dieron, creo que, unos fondos, y inclusive Case le dieron una beca y está en Los Ángeles, o sea, de la cuestión de escritor y todo eso, y le fue muy bien. Pero aparte de eso, yo he hecho, ¿sabes? He tenido otros logros, como por ejemplo en el 2018 fui seleccionado como uno de los 1000 mejores productores por la Asociación de Productores de Estados Unidos, por la PEA, que lo cual de ahí fui a Los Ángeles y pude estar con todos los ejecutivos. Conocí al creador de Transformers, que conocí muchos ejecutivos de Paramount Pictures, de toda la compañía en esa convención en el 2018. Y aparte de eso, he tenido muchos otros premios, que lo cual también antes de que se muriera el actor de Black Panther, Charlie, el actor de Black Panther, estuve nominado en unos premios llamados Black Latino Film Awards, donde él estuvo ahí, y yo también estuve nominado en la misma categoría con él. Entonces, han sido muchos logros que he hecho en mi carrera, y con lo cual me han llevado donde estoy.
Demasiado.
Mucho. Y sí, si sigo hablando con artistas que he trabajado, Pete Samples, Montana y muchos otros más, entiendes que son muchos, y a esta corta edad, sabe que lo he logrado.
¿Tú crees que no quiero anunciarte la edad aquí, por si acaso?
No, sí, yo lo puedo decir.
¿Tú crees que en lo próximo, por ejemplo, si tú tienes como 50 y pico, 60 y pico, ¿tú crees que tú todavía vas a seguir haciendo cine, o tú vas a coger un pequeño pausa?
Bueno, te digo lo siguiente. Yo, por ejemplo, ahora mismo tengo 28 años, cumplí 28 años.
Wow.
Voy a cumplir 28 años. Y lo cual voy a seguir haciendo cine, porque ahora mismo el comienzo de mi carrera, ¿entiendes? Aunque voy a seguir, ¿sabes?, expandiéndome en otro tipo de negocios y cosas así, pero sí, pienso seguir en eso, ¿sabes?, del cine.
Si tú tenías que ir para un festival, ¿cuál festival afuera de Nueva York tú quisieras ir?
Te digo que hay muchos, ¿te entiendes? Está el que hacen aquí en Utah, en Sundance. Me gustaría ir, que nunca he ido. Pienso ir para el Sundance. y quiero ir, ¿sabes? Y ser, por ejemplo, nominado, que una película me esté ahí para ir más feliz. Luego de eso, ¿sabes? Que algunos de mis proyectos estuvieron ahí, pero no he ido al de Toronto. Necesito ir para allá, Toronto, y fuera, ¿sabes?, de aquí, como de este continente, me gustaría ir para el de Venice.
Ah, sí. The Venice
Sí.
Film Festival. Ese es bueno. Y también, claro, el famoso en Francia, Cannes.
Oh, no, de Cannes, sí, de Cannes, sí. Para el Cannes, yo pienso ya ir personalmente, si no el año entrando, sí.
Guarda los chelitos, guarda los chelitos.
Ya. Sí, no, desde ahora sí, hay que buscar todo eso y ver, pero logística y todo.
No, of course, of course. Eduardo, te doy las gracias y gracias por tu tiempo y sigue en el progreso, en el éxito y que todo te va de maravilla. So, thank you to Eduardo for being on my show. Success, 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 blessings, blessings, blessings. So, thank you so much for doing this interview. I appreciate you.
Bueno,
So,
gracias por la invitación y ya tú sabes.
se me cuida y gracias. Buenas noches.
Ya tú sabes, te cuida.
Gracias. So I'd like to say thank you to my guest, DJ Muvee. Thank you to Jenny Eduardo and Young Mike. And thank you to Eduardo Luna. Thank you so much for being part of this show and for episode 2 of This Is Your Spotlight. And who's the host? I am Eurydice Raman. Thank you for watching. Take care. Good night. Good luck. And have a great one. You all. Bye.